Welcome to day 11 of the Build with AI series with Steven. The Build with AI series is a 30-day series where we get to build one application, one tool every single day using AI without writing any single line of code. Today is day 11. I will be building a location-based business validator. This is an app especially for people that want to start a physical business in a particular location. It uses data about the business and about the location to give you information and insights and help you know if that location is best for you or if there are even other locations that may be better. This tool will be using the Google Map feature that is available in Google AI Studio and several other features, including search data. This means that if you want to open up a physical business, a physical store somewhere, you can use this tool to get more information about this decision before you make it. Are you ready to build this with me? Let's go right into my screen. There are 4 phases I would normally use to build out an application with AI, and the first phase is the brainstorming phase, and that is the phase we'll be starting with. So this is the prompt we'll be using for brainstorming. I have already put in some features I have thought about to be in this location-based business validator, but if you do not know the features you want, like I shared before, you can just say, I want to build a location-based business validator and go straight to this place that says, ask me questions, one question at a time, that will help me build this app, giving me options, context, and recommendations for each question. But since I already have an idea of some of the features, I'm just going to copy this entire prompt that includes features, and I'll put it on our brainstorming tool, which will be Google Gemini. So I'll just paste this here. It says, I want to build a location-based business validator that solves the pain point of uncertainty about local business viability and location, with features like business idea and location input, real-world data analysis, using maps grounding, competitor density assessment, foot traffic pattern analysis, demographic evaluation, optimal location identification, local market pricing recommendations, customer catchment area mapping. Ask me questions, one question at a time, that will help me build this app, giving me options, context, and recommendations for each question. Focus on the features, workflow, and user journey. So let's send this. This is our brainstorming prompt, and this puts us into a back and forth with AI so that we can come up with both the features and, more importantly, the full build instruction for the application. So our first question is here already. Question 1 is, what is the very first thing a user does when they land in the app? So the options here, is it going to be 2 simple text fields where there's a box for business idea and a box for location? It's going to be guided step by step. For example, the app will first ask, what kind of business are you planning? And then ask, where are you considering? Things like this. Or is it going to be a single search bar where the user would type their full thought? For example, I want to open a small bookstore, in a particular location. So what I would want is that the user should be able to give details about their business, but then there should be another box that is specific on the address, because this is a location-based business validator. That means it's for products or service businesses that needs to have a physical address. All right, so I'll just go ahead and type that. There should be a box for the user to give information and context about the business, and another box for focus on just the location. I think the box for location should have Google Maps, right? With Google Maps recommendations in it. So probably I'll just do the Google Maps search in it. All right, so let's use this. All right, so second question is, after the user provides the business context and location and hits analyze, what is the first piece of feedback that they can see? And this is the first impression, by the way. So is it a single viability score, a validation dashboard, or a single most important metric first? I think I'll go with option 2, which is the validation dashboard, because it helps give more details actually. So I'll just go with 2 here. Okay, so question 3 is ready. When the user lands on the new dashboard, what data model should be presented as a primary focus, or should they all have equal visual weight? So the first option is the competitor density as primary. Second is there should be a balanced grid layout. The third is overall summary as primary. I think I like the overall summary. I think that's also the recommendation that AI is giving. So there's a summary, and then there are specific models under that summary. So I'll just go ahead and use number 3, which is quick summary. All right, so this is loading. Now, the next question is here. After reading the summary, the user clicks on the computer density model. What exactly do they see? So the first option is a small map with pins. Second one is a heat map. The third is an interactive map with a ranked list. I like the interactive map so that the user can be able to interact with it. So let me just use number 3 for this. Now we have our next question, number 5. The user now clicks on the foot traffic pattern analysis model. How do we best visualize the data of the foot traffic? Foot traffic would help the user to understand how the location is doing in terms of number of people and how busy it gets. So do we want a popular times bar chart? Do we want a 24-hour heat map grid? Or do we want a single daily average score? I think I want the popular times bar chart, but then the heat map grid as an option. So I'll say 1 with 2 as an option to see. So the user should be able to see 2, that's the heat map, if they want to. All right, so now we have question 6. The user clicks on demographic evaluation model. How should we present this data about who is in the area? Should it be key data cards? Should it be detailed charts and graphs? Should it be an AI-generated personal profile? So I think I want a personal profile, but then I also want the key data cards. So I would say 3 and 2. All right, so now we have our next question here. How should we present the optimal location identification feature? Should it be an interactive opportunity map, a top 3 recommendations list, or a smart search? I want this to be an opportunity map. That's the first one. I think that's also the recommendation from AI. So let me just use number 1 for this. All right, next question is, how should we present the local market pricing recommendations? Should it be a recommended price range? Should it be a competitor price list table, or a price versus quality scatter plot? I think I want number 1 with an option to see number 2. So I'll say number 1 with an option to see 2. All right, next question is, how should we visualize the customer catchment area mapping? Should it be simple radius circles? Should it be drive time or walk time polygons? By the way, if there's anything that you don't know the meaning of, you can definitely just check it on Google, because this video is recorded at the beginner level. So even if you've not seen some of these things before, you can literally just search it out. And then the third option is a custom origin heat map that shows where most of the customers will come from. So I think I'm going to go with 2 with an option of 3. So 2 with an option of 3 here. All right, so we have our next question here. After the user has reviewed the entire dashboard of analysis, what's the main call to action at the end? Is it to download the report? Is it to save to project and compare? Or is it to start business plan? So I want an option to download and also be able to save to project or compare. So I think I want all 3 options actually. So I will just put 1, 2, and 3. Now, next question is, how should we visually present these 3 powerful next steps? Should it be a primary and secondary button system? Should it be a save button with more options? Should it be a final action bar at the bottom? I think we'll go number 1 for this. So let's go number 1 for this. All right, so when the user has saved 2 or 3 locations and hits compare, what's the most important data point to show them first on the comparison screen? There's the scorecard table, there's the pros and cons list, and the top recommendation badge. So I would say 1 and 2 because I want the scorecard and also the pros and cons. So I'll say 1 and 2. If you want to compare 2 locations. It's actually an added feature. It's not the feature of the original application, but I think to be a good addition. So question 13, the user has chosen their winning location and clicked start business plan. What should they experience next? Now we're already at the business plan level, which is also an added feature, not a core feature of the application earlier. So for this, we'll just go with 1. and try to wrap it up here, because now the application scope is increasing more than what we even had at the beginning. And this is what happens when you're brainstorming. If you're brainstorming, you're able to even see some features that you didn't think would need to be added, right? But you would most likely want to add them because of how good they are. So now next thing is about monetization. We're not going to go into this question for now because we're literally not monetizing the app at this time. This is a prototype that we're trying to work on, and from the prototype we can know if we want to build it further into monetization. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and request for the build reports. So let me click on this and create the build instruction. It says create a detailed build instruction for this app that contains the context, all features, the workflow, user journey, and any other detail. Let me just add no monetization for now, so that it doesn't add anything about this monetization. Okay, so our build instruction is now ready. So we are going to go ahead and copy this and take it to Google AI Studio, which is the tool we're using for building. So let me copy this. As usual, I will not be copying the technical parts of it. So anything that's technical, we won't copy. We'll copy only the parts that is not technical. Google AI Studio will handle the technical parts. All right, so let's scroll down. Yeah, so we're not copying this technical parts. Just copy the other parts here. I'll paste it here, but then there are some things we need for this build. For example, we need Google Maps data. I'm just going to add this here. We also need Gemini intelligence. We also need Google search data. Let me see, there's another thing we need here. So we have quite a number of things here. No, we don't need an image here. So we have an AirPod chatbot. No, we don't need that. Most of these other things we do not need. Let me see. So we don't need most of these other things. I'm just going to add this just in case. That's fast AI responses. Think more when needed. Yeah, I think this is all. So let's add this and let's click on build. Okay, so it's asking to know location here. So I'll just click on allow while visiting this site. Let me turn on location. Good. So my location has been turned on in my system settings. So let me describe my business idea. Let's say that I want to create a restaurant that sells pastries and coffee. Then the location, for example, is, let me just use Ikeja, for example, in Lagos, Nigeria. You can use any location. You can use somewhere in New York, you can use somewhere in Ontario, in Canada. Let me just click on Analyze. Fail to call Gemini API. So let's click on Autofix here. So it's trying to autofix the error. Let's try and understand it and see what's wrong. All right, so this is still analyzing. Okay, so let's try this again and see if it has been fixed. So a restaurant, for example, that sells pastries and coffee in Ikeja, Lagos, for example. All right, so this is currently analyzing. So I don't know if this is from this particular one, this geolocation error. So I'm going to try refreshing this and doing it again. Oh, great. It actually did analyze and came up with this. So this is the AI generated summary. Is the competitor density. And now this is actually correct because this is actually real-time people. Can you see there's Choco's Bistro here with a threat of 9/10. There's Krispy Kreme donuts here with a threat of 8/10. Can you see? So there's a summary here. There's a competitor around you. The foot traffic patterns is not yet up, but that's fine. Some of this data are actually more complex than others. There's a demographic evaluation, age distribution of the people that are around here, local market pricing. Can you see it's showing you the prices of people that are around this area, customer catchment area. So this is just an amazing way you can have an idea of what is happening in the physical location where you actually want to set up your business. And then you can literally download the reports. All right, you can click on download reports and it downloads this report for you. If this is not yet functioning, just come to this particular place in the chat and put a prompt that allows every single thing to function. But this is a typical example of how you can validate physical business ideas based on location and get actual data that you can use as a foundation for your decision making. All right, I'll click on auto fix here and just fix the ones that has an error. But I want to know, right, is this a tool you would want to use? What we did today, which is day 11, is that we created a location-based business validator. And it's a tool that allows you to validate a business based on both the business and the location you want to open it in. It's a tool majorly for physical type of businesses. So you can get insights about the location you're thinking about, what the demographics are, and use this as a decision-making tool that allows you to make even more insightful decisions for your business. And it's actually still running right now. But I want to know from you, is this a tool? Is this an application you want to use? Is this something you want me to build further? Let me know if you want me to build this thing further into something very robust with logins and everything. Let me know in the comments. And also let me know the next thing you want me to build. This is still the 30-day series for building with AI. And until the next video, make AI work for you. And before I actually go, the app has been fixed again. So let me just do one last check. A restaurant that sells pastries and coffee. Let me just put the location here. Ikeja, Lagos. I'm going to analyze location. Let's allow this to analyze one more time. Let's just check if this has been fully fixed and see what the result would be. Good, so it is here now. This is the executive summary. This is computer density. Foot traffic patterns is not available for this location. Demographic evaluation is here with the age ranges and all. Local market pricing, that's what other people are pricing around here, the catchment area. And this, this is just a very functional dashboard that can help you validate business ideas, right? You can, click on save to project and compare. So this is the first project here. You can start up a second one and compare two different businesses together, or rather two different locations together to know which of them you want to use. All right, so this is the end of this particular video, but let me know if this is something you want me to build further, and let me know which other application or tool you would like me to build. Until the next episode of this series, make AI work for you.